A huge upgrade to Xcloud could be right around the corner. There are monitors that now have the design for Xbox badges, and we got some information on the next game that could be coming on to Xbox Game Pass. So recently we had heard that Xbox was looking to upgrade their server blades for Xcloud, move away from the Xbox One S, which are the main consoles right now that are currently powering it, and put in the Xbox Series X to really increase performance and reduce latency and just give you an overall better experience when using Xcloud. Well, it looks like that rollout for these server blades is already live for some people, as they have been reporting and experiencing Series X and S optimized titles when using Xcloud. So there's some tweets here. This one here comes from Clobril, and it says that it seems like Xbox is rolling out Xbox Series X server blades over xbox.com/play for selected games. I'm playing the Xbox Series X version of Rainbow Six Siege on Xcloud. Proof in the pic below, 120 FPS option. The game feels great and much more responsive. And that's huge, especially for a first-person shooter. It would be really hard to compete on any level playing a first-person shooter on a streaming service, let alone playing against people who are going to have higher frames per second. And with a competitive shooter like Rainbow Six Siege, this is great to see that you're going to have that 120 FPS option, and then hopefully reduced latency in the game overall is going to look better with the Series X and S optimized versions. And then there was this tweet here from Ray Taliti, says, look, the Xcloud server blades are upgraded to Series X. Yakuza Like a Dragon is running great graphics options in PIC. Also, the Kindle Fire HD 8 is a fine device for Xcloud. And then you click here, you see the graphics options, and you can get the high resolution version of the game. So that's very cool. One of my biggest things with Xcloud was that it worked, but there was definitely latency. There was always buffering when I launched it. And then you look at the game through Xcloud and you compare it to actually just playing it right on your Xbox Series X and S natively, and it just couldn't compare, especially at like 720p. But with these big upgrades, we're going to see games looking and running a lot better on Xcloud. And that latency thing, the more they can reduce latency, I think that's the key for game streaming to keep people on it and interested in using it long term. Because if you have a big lag between what you're inputting through your controller and what actually happens on the screen, that's where streaming really falls apart. So this upgrade to the Xbox Series X in the server blades is going to be great, and I can't wait to see how it all runs and how it all functions when they roll it out to everybody. Now moving on here to a post from Xbox Wire today, and it has to do with monitors and gaming monitors specifically, and being able to know which one to buy for your Xbox Series X or S. There are so many options out there, so sometimes it can get kind of confusing. Then you have to know just exactly what your console can actually support and what it can output. But Xbox is kind of taking care of that by having the design for Xbox tag now on certain monitors and certain companies that they partner with. So this says here, introducing new design for Xbox monitors, unlocking the true power of HDMI 2.1 on the Xbox Series X and S with the amazing visual capabilities of Xbox Series X and S and new display features to consider, like HDR, 4K at 120 Hz, and a variable refresh rate. We want to help Xbox fans find the ideal monitor for your preferred gaming experience. So they're going to be working with Philip, Asus, and Acer over the next few years to prepare products that take full advantage of the Xbox Series X and S HDMI 2.1. And there's going to be this badge that is going to be on these monitors. So if you're shopping, you're going to know exactly which ones will 100% work with an Xbox Series X and S. And obviously those won't be the only ones. Those are just going to be the ones that have the marketing partnership with Xbox. And they give you a list of some of the ones right now that you can buy. I have to admit, they're really expensive. So like, these are monitors that if you are going to be mainly gaming on that, you really want to put a big investment into your display. These are probably some great ones to look at, but you probably can get cheaper versions that don't have the design for Xbox marketing on there. But the first one here is the Philips Momentum, and it is a 55-inch monitor, but pretty much I guess it's a TV because it's so big. And it comes with a soundbar, and that's going to run you $1,600. Then there is the Asus Strix Xbox Edition gaming monitor, 43 inches. And this one doesn't have a price yet because it is only available in October 2021. And then there is the Acer Xbox Edition gaming monitor, 28 inch. This is probably one that would appeal to more people who want to play on a monitor because of the size of it, but it's still very expensive at $950. But either way, it will be interesting to see just the line of monitors that get released with this design for Xbox tag, and hopefully they'll have a wide range of monitors so that you're not always having to spend like the most premium price. And obviously that's going to change with price as we go further through this generation, as monitors reduce in price and all that kind of stuff. And then finally, there was a tease for a pretty big game coming onto Xbox Game Pass, and it sounds like that Judgment, which is like that Yakuza spin-off, could be making its way on to Xbox Game Pass. So Xbox Game Pass put out this tweet here saying 280 characters in a tweet, and then they replied after and they crossed out one of the names, and it is Takayuki Yagami, and they put oopsie whoopsie, pretty much saying that he wasn't supposed to be in the initial tweet, and that is the name of the main protagonist in Judgment. So it has a lot of people guessing that Judgment is going to be making its way onto Xbox Game Pass. It makes a lot of sense. I mean, Yakuza has been doing great on Xbox Game Pass. A lot of people like this series. It's also another great game for the Japanese gamers out there, especially if it's going to be available on Xcloud and be able to be accessed through a mobile device. And it seems like a lot of people here are pretty excited about this coming on to Xbox Game Pass. Anyways, guys, that's it for me. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments below. Are you excited for Xcloud because they're upgrading these server blades? Let me know what you think about those designed for Xbox monitors. And are you excited to play Judgment if it lands on Xbox Game Pass? If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that thumbs up button. If you're new here and you like what you see throughout this video, I'd really appreciate you hitting that subscribe button. Help this channel grow, help grow this community so we can have great conversations in the comments below. Thank you again for watching. Thank you for your support, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.